Hi, fellow brick engineers. This is a video about the aircraft engine project. In this video, I'm going to address a thank you to you, an introduction of me and my projects, an agenda for the next 9 movies, and of course, we're going to talk about the aircraft engine because that's what you came for. This is a single take. This is captured by a video screen capture program, so there is no video editing involved. I'm just going to talk for 6, 7 minutes, and that's it. It's based on a PowerPoint, and I'm going to mix it live with some other things. So here we go. Thank you to all the first 1,000 supporters in 5 days. I'm really excited by that. Overwhelming. I did some things on social media and it picked up. I must give a big thank you to a Facebook group called Lego Technic. They really appreciated there, and they even took my image to put it on their cover of their Facebook group, and I'm very happy with that, of course. You can support this project on, if you're not one of those 1,000 supporters, you can support this project on ideas.lego.com and search for aircraft engine, and then you'll find it. Well, this is me, this blue man, or this Smurf, not a member of the Blue Man group. I don't have the blues, but it's not allowed to show people on Lego IDs, and this film will be there. It's not even allowed to show parts of your body, your finger. So this is me. If you want to know me, which really what I look like, not so interesting, but then you have to search for Stephanix, but then you find all kinds of medical equipment, or you search for Anatomini. That's my former project, which reached 10K, but sadly was not approved. But if you search in Google for that, you will find me. Those are my 3 blue kids. And I live in Gouda, and Gouda is famous for its cheese, and all the tourists are also blue. I should write a song about that. What Gouda is also famous for is its independent Lego shop Play Today, run by a friend by me. So, Lego IDs. I'm going to switch to another screen now. This is my profile on Lego IDs, and it started in 2014, already 6 years ago, just for fun. And it grew and grew. I did things with science. This project only 54 supporters, but there's a really cool animation there. I did some trains. I did some science things, like the Anatomini with the 10K. And there's still another version of the Anatomini. You can still support it. And of course, there's the aircraft engine. Well, that's enough about Lego IDs. We're gonna switch back. And we're switching back to studio. And I'm telling you this, there's no studio involved in this video, but the next videos will be about, will be about the design of the aircraft engine, how it got from this engine to this engine, and even further. And that's more that's what the other videos are more about. So not promoting the project, it's more about the techniques and the design. So switching back to the PowerPoint. Here we are. Yeah, studio, we got that. So, what are we gonna do? This is a little agenda for the next 9 videos. And if you have some ideas of other stuff you want to see about other projects or something about the turbine engine, please let me know via the comment sections in YouTube or the comment section in Lego IDs. And I try to address that. Yeah, if you have constructive criticism, also okay. So this is what you're gonna do. We're gonna do a lot of design things. How did we get there? How did we do it, and why, and how does it work? Techniques, that kind of stuff. There's also an interesting thing about rendering in Studio. All these images are rendered in Studio. My job is 3D visualization artist. Normally I work with 3D Studio Max and Lumion, but in this case I worked with Studio, which is a great program for all Lego enthusiasts. So here we go. Well, this is the project, and well, I will try to explain some things. Well, here we see the engine, the turbine here, and this is called the fan cowl or the fan case, and it's hanging in a portal. And here you see a little control room and a lot of people working there. And there's also a spy. You also see a battery box here, interesting, and an engine to drive the turbine. An image from the back. And a detailed image, and here you see the trainee, and he is overwhelmed by the 20,000 parts. That's 20,000 parts in real life for an engine like this. I'm gonna switch to the Lego thing, and then you see it's only 400, about 400 parts for the engine, and about 1,000 parts for the cowl, and then some parts for the portal, and total of 2,352 parts. Some views. The back, I think this is always impressive if you look in the back of the engine. Hope it's not running, it will blast you away. And here we see the control room, and this guy Sam, he's drinking coffee all day. We see an emergency phone, we see a lot of computer screens and even a server rack here. For playability, of course, a lot of minifigures, all kinds of engineers and mechanics, and the international spy. And there's a working lift here. Well, this is interesting. This is how the aircraft engine can be separated or built from big components. And this is how it works in real life. You have the engine mount here, which is gonna connect with only 4 pins to the portal. You can mount the cowl here to the mount, and then you can put in the engine itself. And here they start working on the engine. And Sam is still drinking coffee. Here you can see that the cowl can open like the hood of a car, the bonnet in English. So it's very accessible for in real life, but also in Lego. The big components. And you can see that this can be connected in just a few minutes. And in real life, this could be connected in a day or so. Well, this is interesting. This is where you can see how the turbine is driven in Lego. Here you see a part of the portal, the battery box and the engine. It drives a shaft and then tooth gear to the engine mount, and from the engine mount it goes into the turbine. All these elements can be clicked in with just a few pins, and you don't have to remove gears or something. The gears just snap to each other. You can also see here a bit of how the engine works. You have the fan here, who sucks in air, a compressor that compresses the air, and that goes into the combustion area, big explosion, and that drives the turbine, which drives the complete shaft, and you got a continuous thing going on. And of course the exhaust gases go out here, and that propels the aircraft for a part, because this turbine gives the most pressure. Well, here you can see in short a few design principles, and if we go here to the portal, it's all made of triangles. Triangles are the most strong form in engineering. You also see that for the engine mount. And if you look here left, you see the engine cowl, and that was really hard to design, and it took a lot of designs to get here. But it's a pentagonal structure with panels on it, and the great thing about this is that it's really strong, because it's Technic Lego and it's a pentagon, and it's hollow. And it has to be hollow because we have to fit this whole engine in there. Now, here you can see how the fan is made, and the real turbine itself is just an axle with a lot of turbines on it, which gets smaller, and really simple indeed. And here you see the case for the engine, and that's made of Technic panels and Technic beams, very strong. And it needs to, yeah, there is a lot of force going on in real life, but also here in Lego, because it's driven by an electromotor. Oh, we're working again, and we are happy workers. Yeah, and when they finish working, they're gonna test this thing, and it has 126,000 horsepower. That's enormous. It's not exactly, because you can't, there's not a direct relation between thrust and horsepower, but it gives a bit of a clue. And you can see that as 1,500 family cars at takeoff. That's enormous. Well, I hope you liked this introduction, and I hope you're gonna watch the next videos, which are more dynamic, because we're gonna show the design. And if you're not already a supporter of the project, please support at ideas.lego.com and search for aircraft engine. Or if you're very good at numbers and fonts, you can try to remember this address. You can also go to the YouTube channel Stephanix. Thank you, and I hope to see you at 2000. Bye.